Evelyn's World War II scrapbook included a large collection of letters. Many of these letters are in several pieces and do not include signatures at the end of the letter. So this is Evelyn's letter from an unknown soldier. When compared to various other letters without signatures, his handwriting could not be matched exactly. So for now, this is her letter from an unnamed friend. He first writes to her about his Sunday that should have been a day off just to relax as he usually does, while instead he had to shine his shoes and get dressed for a parade. Here he hints at the strict routine for military life, but ultimately stays very nonchalant about the ordeal, and just wishes he could have relaxed on a Sunday rather than spend time shining his shoes. He proceeds to shift attention to how happy he is to hear from her, while making her feel a little guilty by mentioning he has not heard from her since he went on furlough. Throughout the 1940s, furlough was the term referred to a soldier's temporary leave, or long weekend away from his base. As this was not an occurrence every weekend, it can be inferred that a few weeks had passed since she last wrote him. Keeping conversation light, he does not dwell on making her feel guilty, but switches the subject to the content of her letter. He mentions she has been having trouble keeping away from cars while riding her bicycle in the street. Lightheartedly, he adds that she must look cute on her bicycle, and brings attention to her and the simple joys of home. During the early years of war, very few bicycles were in production because all material went to the war effort. Then, a mere skeleton of a bicycle, referred to as the victory bicycle, was produced and used only the bare essentials, no longer including baskets or any fine embellishments. Based on the year of this letter and the fact that her bicycle riding seems to be a new development, this could have been the type of bicycle that Evelyn rode. On the second page of his letter, he keeps it light and humorous by mentioning how the girls at home would love watching the English girls dance with the Negro boys. His attention to labeling the boys as Negro suggests he found some amusement in watching these boys dance with the swell English girls. This helps us infer that he is stationed in England and therefore serves his time overseas. He seems to want to pass this amusement on to Evelyn, and only mentions the comical and light stories of his war experience, so she will not worry about him. Our unknown soldier's letter is not filled with very much detail about the struggles of war, but rather with the happy and interesting events he takes part in and the news from home that he enjoys hearing about. For Evelyn's sake, he is positive and keeps focused on what she is doing at home and the aspects of England that are fun and interesting and that she might like to see.